Hello and welcome to the WordPress howtoblog.com. Today we're just going to take a quick look at comments on a WordPress blog and some of the things that you will need to do to deal with that. These settings that you see here, if you're just an author on someone else's site, you won't see any of this, so this does not apply to you. All of this is for either the blog owner or if you're an admin or an editor on someone else's WordPress site, then you will see this and you can change these settings. To access this for the comments, you would go to your WordPress dashboard, and then over here you see all these settings. You go to settings and then come down and click discussion, and that's where you find all this. The first thing is the default article settings. I like to leave all three of these here checked. That way, when you link to someone else's site, your site will ping theirs, notifying them that you did in fact link to them so that they know. It also allows people to post comments on your articles. You want comments, not all of them, but you do want comments on articles, at least most people do. Other comment settings, I like to have the first one checked here. Comment author must fill out name and email. That at least helps filter out some of the spam. You'll still get plenty of that, but that does help a little bit. This second setting that you see here is so that comment users must be registered and logged in order to make a comment. I don't use that, and I would say the majority of WordPress sites don't use this. That's personal preference depending on how you set up and run your site. I do not use this either, automatically close comments after however many days you would choose. I just leave my comments there so that whoever reads your article, whenever they see it, they see the comments with it, because sometimes the comments are pretty interesting. This one I like to have checked, enable threaded nested comments, and I do mine 5 levels deep. This just means that, say you make a comment on your article or someone else does, and then others begin replying to that particular comment, their comments will line up underneath the original comment. It just makes more sense that way. This here I don't use either. Break comments into pages, blah blah blah. Personal preference again. Comments should be displayed with older or newer comments at the top of the page. I have the oldest, in other words the first comment, up at the top of the page, so the newer comments, the newest ones, will always be at the bottom. That way it flows better, makes more logical sense. You can read from the old comments down. That way when people reply, you understand what's going on versus having to go backwards and try to figure out what people were saying if you're following a post. Email me whenever. These are just settings. Again, this is just personal preference. Anyone posts a comment is held for moderation. This one should definitely be checked. That way you know that a comment was made on one of your posts, so that you know you need to do something with that. If someone likes a post, reblogs it, or follows your blog, again, just all personal preference. Before a comment appears, many people who use the second setting here must have a previously approved comment, and then these folks can comment at will after that on your site. I do not like that setting. I use the first one here. Comment must be manually approved, and that would be by any admin or editor. Reason being, if you use the second setting and you get a spammer or somebody that just has an attitude, I guess, I don't know, they can start making comments on your site and they'll show up and they might not be so good. So I approve all my comments, that way that does not happen, and you can control what appears on your site. Askimet anti-spam strictness. Askimet is a program that you want to enable on your WordPress site. It will catch a lot of spam comments and get rid of them for you so you don't have to deal with all of that. It's well worth enabling this. I have mine on strict. Silently discard the worst and most pervasive spam. This setting seems to work very well. Comment moderation, this first setting, it will hold the comment and not allow it to be posted if there are 2 or more links in the comment. This is quite often a spammer trying to post his links on your site so that people will come and visit him and her for whatever they're selling. You can also make it so that comments will automatically be spammed or held by putting phrases, words, emails, URLs, what have you in here. You can also list IPs in this box. I do not recommend that because people can get around that way too easy. You also have the comment blacklist here, and you can put email addresses in there, which is the most frequent way of handling that. You will put an email in that box or their actual site, the commenter's site, and then their comments should automatically go to your spam so that you don't have to deal with that particular person if they're causing you a problem. This setting, follow comments, I used to have this on. I now shut this off because people will click this on your blog and think they are following you, and then they will email you complaining that they're getting all these comments and they don't want them, and there's nothing you can do to change it. They have to do it themselves. This one, of course, you want checked so that there's a follow blog option in the comment form so that it's just another way for people to easily follow your blog. Markdown for comments, I do not use that. Avatar display, you want to be able to show avatars. That's obviously this right here. Mine is set for G. Anybody can see it without a problem. There are these other ratings here, R, X, whatever you need to use for your blog. Default avatar, if somebody has not set up an avatar, this will determine what appears on your site. I just use this one here. You can use whatever your preference, it's no big deal. Comment form, the prompt, you can put anything in here that you want. I have a scripture verse in mine. That is what I like. Like I said, you can put in there whatever you want. And then when you are done with this form, just be sure to click Save Changes. And I'm going to go ahead and save changes because I did make a couple of changes in here today, matter of fact. And then the comments themselves, you want to watch what comments you approve. Some of this might seem pretty obvious, but then again, if you haven't been doing this for a long time on WordPress, you might not be familiar with some of this. Like this first comment here, this is obviously spam. Any commenter that you're not familiar with, you want to look at their website, and you always get the website email and IP address. bestcardgraphics2014.com. This guy's obviously a spammer, so I do not want that comment appearing on my post. But rather than put this comment in the trash, spam this comment, and then your Askimet program usually will pick those up for you the next time around and get rid of them. Not always, but it does help. This is a good comment. I do want this to appear. You have a couple of different options here. You can just click approve here, and this comment will appear on the site, whether it be a page or a post. Or you can click reply, and then a box pops up down here, and you can type a reply to this person, and I will take care of that later. But another thing that you can do if you're not sure about someone and their comment, obviously you can go to their site and you can check it out. This one they're using yahoo.com, so that really won't do any good. Or you can copy their IP and you can run a trace on it using whatever service on the internet to give you an idea of where they're from, so on and so forth. Might give you a clue as to whether or not you want to approve their comments. Another thing to keep in mind is Facebook comments. You want to be really careful with Facebook comments. Approving comments from Facebook can open the floodgates that you'll receive a ton of spam. Not all of them are bad. I approve many different Facebook comments. There's plenty of them that are good. I'm just saying be careful. If you're not sure, trash it or spam it to be on the safe side. And that about takes care of everything that I wanted to show you as far as comments go. So, as always, thanks for watching.